What's going on, y'all? Today I am going to be basically rebuilding my kayak trailer. Y'all have seen me use this trailer right here for years. I pretty much completely built all this stuff like this, but we are expecting a new kayak in a week, and I need to go ahead and get this trailer prepped for the style of fishing and how I kind of want to lay out the trailer to keep me organized and yeah, just make it easy for me to get on and off the water. This is the kayak that I've been using on that trailer. I set that trailer up completely for this kayak right here. But we're gonna go ahead and get started on this trailer. First thing we're gonna do is just take apart all of this right here. Shouldn't take no time. Get all of that off of there, and then we're gonna be painting the trailer. All right, so we got the trailer completely stripped down now. I could take the wheels off. We'll probably make painting and sanding a little bit easier, but I will have fender guards right there. I think it's gonna be all right. We'll be able to get in there with some sandpaper and get that. But yeah, we're just going to use our grinder with an 80 grit sanding flat right there. And of course, safety first, we'll be wearing our goggles. We'll go ahead and get this thing sanded down, prep it for paint. All right, we are almost done sanding the trailer down, getting all the old paint and grease off of it. We got about 5-10 more minutes left of sanding. All right, well, believe it or not, the hardest part of this whole process is done, and that's the prep work. Hopefully we did a good enough job. Some of that stuff is pitted and was a little difficult to get into, but got most of the old paint and rust and stuff like that off the trailer. There's one more thing we've got to do before we're ready to paint, and all I did was put some acetone down in a bucket right there. I got a rag, and I want to wash, basically wipe down everything with acetone to pick up any other grease, dust, dirt, anything left on the trailer. Acetone is going to get it up, and then after that we're ready to paint. Rag right there, dip it in acetone. Make sure you wear gloves if you're doing this, because acetone will seep through your skin and do some damage to your liver. So this is a pretty easy process right here. All right, everything's wiped down. I'm gonna be using some camouflage green earth paint. I want my base of the trailer to be kind of like an OD green, olive green color, and then I want all my accents to go on the top of it to be like a flat black. I think it's gonna look pretty good. All right, here we go. All right, we just wrapped up our first coat. We're gonna go ahead and lay down a second coat on it, and that should wrap it up right there. We also got our accent pieces, our tongue and our wheel right there. Went ahead and painted those in black. I didn't film this, but super simple. We went to Northern Tool and picked up this LED trailer light kit here. So we got it rigged out with some brand new LED lights. I think the package cost like 70 bucks from Northern Tool. Took that over to Hammerhead Kayaks, Eddie Murphy, and we just ran those through real quick. So got the new lights installed. Now we are gonna go back to Lowe's. This is about our 6th trip today. We're gonna go back to Lowe's, and I'm gonna get some vinyl deck planking, and I just want one board running along the side right here. So whenever I'm getting off of the kayak after I load it up on the trailer, I'll have something that I can walk across where I'm not balancing, you know, walking, tiptoeing across this, trying to get and keep dry. So we're gonna go ahead, go to Lowe's, get that wood plank, and I'll see y'all back here in a minute. We'll put them on. All right, well, trailer update. You might notice that we do not have those runners that we talked about putting on there. I looked for some diamond plated sheet metal. I've looked for some vinyl wood planks, and really just can't find anything that I like around Mobile that I feel like would look good on it. And so we're gonna take a look at that probably towards the end of this project. We might not put anything on there at all, we might put it on there, I don't know. But we did get a surprise today. The wheels for this trailer have come in, and they are, not gonna lie, they're a lot bigger than I thought they were gonna be, but those things are gonna be absolutely gnarly. Let's go ahead, fit them up, see if it goes on. Oh shit, because it ain't gonna go. It ain't gonna go, because it's touching right there. All right, y'all, I know I'm all over the place with this trailer build, but we are back over here at Hammerhead Kayaks and ran into an issue putting these tires on. The tires, the offset with the rims are too close into the trailer, so now we are going to be taking this axle off, replacing it with a wider axle. I'm actually going to be leaving and going to the Louisiana Fishing Expo, and while I'm gone, Eddie is going to hook me up with a new axle. So the next part y'all see, we will have a wider axle and we'll be putting on some tires. Y'all, so last that y'all saw the trailer, we had the tires kind of matched up on there. We're having some issues with the axle not being wide enough, so we did extend that axle out, get a bigger axle on it, and because of that there was too much space between these areas, so we added a bar right here that happens to have some hooks on it, so we're gonna have some good tie down points for our kayak. But yeah, we got the fenders mounted up. Show y'all what that looks like right there. I mean, she is looking sick right now. Got some beautiful tires on there, got the fenders, got the trailer painted. We are going to give it a couple of extra coats of paint, and then we're probably going to end up sealing it because I feel like the paint's going to chip over time, and we don't want that. We want to protect it from the salt water and the rust and stuff. But really, all we got left to do right now is to lay out our runners. We got some 2-inch pipe, and we're going to be using some uni strut right here. That's going to give us a little bit of a riser to give us some room between our pipe and our trailer so our kayak will clear. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all we have left to do is bolt that up. We're going to go ahead and do that, and then when we get done, I'll give y'all a complete rundown walkthrough of the trailer. So our trailer build is done. I just got off the water, went and did a little quick fishing trip, but I do want to show y'all the finished product of the trailer right here, and then kind of talk to y'all real quick about everything we did and the cost that went into the trailer. So we already had the trailer frame right here. We've been using it for years. I basically just stripped all my old stuff off of it. You can find trailer frames just like this on Facebook Marketplace, eBay, other places. Typically you can get them for around $100 or so. Now, with that being said, most of those trailers are going to have a lot of rust on them. They're going to have bad tires, bad hubs, but never mind all that. You're probably going to replace all that stuff anyways. So like I did, I sanded my trailer down, repainted it, which I am finding some areas on it that we're going to have to figure out. Like that's flaking pretty bad right there. I might have to resand that down and figure out something to do with that. So yeah, we took our frame, sanded it down, painted everything on it. The tires and fenders are Goodyear Wrangler tires, 15-inch rim, 15-inch step-up plastic fenders right there, but they are really, really stout once you bolt them in. The tires and the fenders together were right at $1,000 for those, which probably a little overkill, but the trailer tires that were on the trailer were like 13-inch rims. They're only rated for 60 miles an hour, and I needed to step that up, get a bigger tire so I'm able to make long hauls and have some tires that are rated for 80 miles plus miles per hour. So wanted to go with some bigger tires, and these were not that much more expensive than just some standard road tires, so ended up going with those. That was the most expensive thing that went into this trailer. Now when we did that, our axle that came on the trailer was too short because the tire was rubbing the side of the trailer, so I had to go with a longer axle. Well, when I went with a longer axle, it put the tire too far off the trailer, so we found some poles right here, or some bars with some brackets that I got from Eddie, who owns a kayak shop, and just happens they have the tie down points already on them, so just kind of repurposed those. Got these for free. The axle with the hubs already assembled on there, that was 300 bucks for that right there. And then it takes us to putting on some brand new LED lights. Ended up hooking those up. I want to say those were like 60 bucks, wire and all, everything you need for that, so not too expensive to redo the lighting on it. And then the last thing here, we have our bunks for our kayak. The kayak that I'm gonna be going with is on a 12-inch center, so that's what we got right here. And yeah, I could have went with PVC, but I did decide going with some good metal poles right there for our bunk, something that's going to last a really long time. I did have to put that on some uni-strut risers to get that off of the frame so my kayak doesn't hit when I pull it up on there. So yeah, we just got a stick of uni-strut, cut it down, and basically just drilled straight through, bolted them up. Both of these pipes were $50 a piece, so about 100 bucks right there. So all in all, we got this trailer done for, I don't know, let's say 1,500 bucks. Painted, everything, just like you see right here. A trailer like this, if you were to buy one set up just like this, typically gonna cost you around 2,500 bucks, 3,000 starting out, and we were able to build it for around 1,500 bucks. You could also build one and not go with such aggressive tires, not get the fenders the way that's set up right here, go with PVC, and you could build one for, you know, around 300-400 bucks, no problem. But yeah, this is my trailer build. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If y'all want to see more videos just like this, leave me a comment, let me know, and yeah, I will see y'all in the next one.